Hello everyone and welcome to Game 2 in a series between JN and Focus here on Turtle Rock. And JN, after losing Game 1 in an impressive fashion, now going to try to come back and even up the series. And we'll see what's going to happen here as we now see of barracks and a farm also being placed down. JN not deciding to speed build his Altar of Kings, building it the old-fashioned way with only one guy building at a time. But then again, it will... there is really no reason to try to speed creep or speed build this one Altar of Kings in order to speed creep with that one Archmage, as the map is rather small and there's no real good place to militia creep for that early level 2. Now, JN is going to benefit from the fact that Focus has spawned relatively close to him. So if JN wants to, JN can actually just use all of these militia and then start building towers over here. The walking distance is rather close, and then all of those militia do convert back into peasants in order to train up even more guard towers as Focus goes into a Farseer once again. Meanwhile, JN going into the Archmage, so it is going to be the Archmage versus the Farseer here on Turtle Rock. And we'll see how much damage will actually be done as we now see a Peon quickly come in from Focus. And we'll be able to just scout out and figure out what is happening on the inside of this base. JN perhaps more than aware of where exactly Focus is at this point. A very standard build so far. Archmage is just hiding back over here. The Peon just patrolling, and a Footman has been added. The Footman going to try to chase down and will be able to chase down the workers, as the workers in WarCraft 3 actually move slower than most units. They have a movement speed of slow versus a movement speed of normal for those Footmen. So the Footmen are going to be able to take it down here in just a moment. And now, or perhaps that one Peon will be able to hide itself, as now Grunts, Spirit Wolves, and a Farseer comes back as a welcoming party to try to meet and greet that one poor Footman. That Footman now trying to run away, as Archmage now summons Water Elementals and going to try to creep out the giant sea turtle camp. We'll be able to pick up a Mantle of Intelligence +3, a very nice item, +3 mana, and also +3 intelligence, also +3 attack since this is on the Archmage. More mana, I believe 45, and improved mana regeneration rate, as I believe this Spirit Wolf will be forced to try to pull back there. He does not want to actually feed any more experience, as the Water Elementals and both sides are just split up here. This one Water Elemental down to 46 hit point, though. It may get destroyed, and that's going to be very, very bad news. Both of them are just waiting to attack, wanting to make sure they get all the attacks at the same time, and oh, the Water Elemental has been denied by JN. So the Farseer of Focus still sitting at 0 experience so far. Meanwhile, back in the base, you can see we are going into an Arcane Tower. We are going into a keep. So keep coming in just a moment. Archmage now with that Mantle of Intelligence. We'll see what exactly he tries to do here, as we now see the Farseer with some Spirit Wolves put in a little bit of pressure onto that farm, but the militia will be more than enough to really fight that back once more. 2 Spirit Wolves, 2 Grunts, and a Farseer. Another Water Elemental has been added. The Archmage is essentially out of mana, and this one Spirit Wolf may get taken down. Yes, one Spirit Wolf down, as well as the Archmage getting a very close to level 3 or level 2 for level 1 Brilliance Aura. Really needs that Brilliance Aura in order to drop down more Water Elementals, as an Arcane Vault is now being established. You can see that the Archmage is attempting to run away from the Grunts. The Grunts and now the Farseer may be coming back. Farseer may try to pick up, yes, a Boots of Speed, so he's a better chaser against that Archmage, as the Water Elemental now going toe-to-toe against 3 Grunts. That is not a very good fight at all, as now the Farseer are going to be pushing here on the front door. We can see that the Arcane Vault is currently being sped built. Militia now being called back to try to fight back all of these Farseers here. Where is that Archmage? Archmage is hiding over here. Does not have Boots of Speed of his own, because the Farseer already picked it up. Needs to wait for the shop to get another set of boots in order to be able to run around the map ever so freely. One low hit point Footman down to 71 hit points has been able to escape. You can see that the one poor Peon trying to work overtime, trying to prepare this Arcane Vault, as the Grunts finally battling against the standing army here, and Focus is just getting off a lot of damage or dealing a lot of damage, but not really hurting JN as of yet. This one Arcane Vault may get taken down in just a moment. It looks like it is not going to get repaired in time. Unable to buy anything. There is no backpack upgrade, and down goes the Arcane Vault. One key critical building has been destroyed as the Archmage now finally by boots a speed of his own, but that seems just a little bit late as we now see another Dark Ranger being picked up by Focus. So now going into double, or in 2 games in a row, going Farseer and Dark Ranger, and that's a very interesting strategy as we are now going into a Beastmaster and Archmage. So Beastmaster, Archmage, that is going to be a lot of piercing damage between those 2 heroes and their summons. You can see that the Altar of Kings down to 101 hit points because the Beastmaster was already resurrected. It didn't really need a rush to take it down any longer, or not resurrected, hired over here at the tavern. Now you can see that the peon's gonna make its way over here and start building the Arcane Vault over here in the woods. Beastmaster and Archmage both sitting at level 1. Meanwhile, a poor Quill Beast trying to make its way into the back. Will it be able to finish off the Grunt is the key question. And oh, the Grunt down to 14 hit points, able to stay alive, and most likely a healing salve will just regenerate all of those hit points in just a moment as the Quill Beast now coming back in for a bit more damage. Archmage at level 1. Beastmaster is still sitting at level 1. No experience on him. We are going into a double Arcane Sanctum. Yeah, double Arcane Sanctum. And that is a rather confusing tactic, but it does work out well as long as your opponent doesn't go Wind Riders. Wind Riders may be a problem, but JN definitely has Quill Beast this time around. So perhaps between the Quill Beast and the Water Elementals, he will be able to fight back against those Wind Riders. Those summons definitely going to be very, very helpful as the Arcane Sanctum is now currently being built. That one poor peon needs to escape. Not going to be able to do so. And now Dark Minions are spawning as well. So Dark Minions going to be able to perhaps get some damage over here. Arcane Vault is going to get destroyed once more. That's the second Arcane Vault today in this game that has been destroyed, as now the Beastmaster summoning in even more Quill Beasts and trying to fight back. Will it be enough? The Beastmaster taking a lot of damage already, now needs to be forced to pull back. There is a Sorceress casting slow, and the armies are kind of interesting right now as the Archmage trying to run away. There are some low hit point footmen running back as well, so JN doing a good job keeping his army up and alive. Meanwhile, we are getting into another Wind Rider. So another Wind Rider is now harassing the forest line there as the Beastmaster gonna perhaps get a little bit more experience and perhaps get to level 2 in just a moment. The Militia need to get turned around. The skeletal minions are getting destroyed, and more damage being had. Another peon getting destroyed. Finally, level 2, and now the Water Elemental is gonna finish off another Grunt there. So a level 2 Water Element, or level 2 Archmage, level 2 on the Beastmaster, and this is going to be a bit of a problem as the Wind Riders are now engaging, but there are 2 Water Elementals in play. The Water Elemental is going to get a lot of damage off if they actually try to focus down those Wind Riders. Wind Riders do not have that many hit points, and they too do take additional damage from the piercing attacks of those Water Elementals and those Quill Beasts. 3 of them currently hiding above the forest line, making it very, very easy for them to just rain damage from above. Archmage and Beastmaster once again fighting back those Spirit Wolves there, as now this Arcane Vault is going to get taken down once again. So we currently have 3 of these Wind Riders in the air. They were currently healed. You saw that the Archmage did come over, get off a little bit of damage onto one of those Wind Riders to prevent the healing at least, as you now see 2 low hit point footmen over here as well. More Wind Riders on the move, gonna start reinforcing this location just a bit more. What will happen here as the Wind Rider is gonna simply pass by the rest of this army here of Focus, and now with 4 Wind Riders in the air, this may be a bit of a problem, and now the Grunt is now going to take a little bit of a beating. We'll see if it's going to be enough. The Wind Rider is able to focus down the Water Elemental so quickly, and now level 2 on the Dark Ranger, and he does have silence, or she does have silence, so able to silence both the Beastmaster and the Archmage would mean that those Wind Riders are going to be unchallenged for quite some time. We are going into long rifles though, so Dwarven Riflemen will be added in addition to the Blacksmith has been built as well. So upgrading the long range before able to train any of those Wind Riders, gonna quickly focus down a Giant Sea Turtle, and the Gargantuan Sea Turtle should be a very, very easy pickings, as it does have heavy armor taking full damage from piercing. Archmage once again being forced to pull back. +9 attack on that Archmage, but the Archmage cannot easily fight head-on against that many Wind Riders, as the Wind Riders, with such a high DPS, gonna be a bit of a problem. Arcane Vault now being added. Riflemen are being trained. No weapons upgrades for the Dwarven Rifleman at all, as Focus now getting to almost level 3 on his Dark Ranger and his Farseer. Ogre Magi may give it to him. We'll see. No, it doesn't. Actually, no, the Ogre Magi hasn't gone down, so this, the Farseer may actually get to level 3 here. And with double healing scrolls, Focus is really set up to take control of the mid-game. And now leaving or picking up that Tome of Agility +2, we'll see whether or not what's going to be happening. Primary attribute for the Dark Ranger is, in fact, intelligence, as we now see a Rifleman added here. So the Rifleman does have a very decent range. We'll see what's going to be happening here as the sorceresses are going after and casting slow across the board, trying to slow down all of those Wind Riders. The Wind Riders are, no, they're not currently slow. The Rifleman does get taken down. Militia now being forced to pull back over here, as I believe the healing scrolls have been used, but there are a lot of priests in play. So the priests are currently just trying to keep up this army. The Water Elementals trying to focus down, and it looks like Focus may lose one Wind Rider. The Wind Riders are 4 food each, so it looks like another level or level 2 Water Elementals will be starting to be dropped, and JN is going to be in a better situation here, as Focus may end up losing a lot of these Wind Riders. There are currently slowed Raiders as well, as JN is now fighting back another Quill Beast. So level 2 Quill Beasts are in play, and Wind Riders may get taken down in just a moment. But it looks as though the Farseer is going to be teleporting out of there, able to teleport, and we'll see what's going to be happening as we are now going into Shaman training. So Focus going back into the old school Reign of Chaos strategy, and it looks like he may be going for Bloodlust. Bloodlust, a strategy not very common any longer after Spellbreakers were introduced in Frozen Throne, and able to steal that Bloodlust, and then you end up leaving your opponent with just slow, or being slowed, and that is always a very dangerous proposition, as Focus going to quickly lose 1 peon on the transit. Now you can see the Wind Riders, the Farseer, and the Dark Ranger need to perhaps engage over here, perhaps pick and choose their battles. Meanwhile, the Beastmaster has 160 mana, Archmage has 315. In comes the Ensnares from behind, Water Elementals, Footmen, both, Water Elementals and Riflemen coming in, and perhaps getting a lot of focus onto some of those Wind Riders, and those Wind Riders are going down rather quickly. So it looks like another Wind Rider may get taken down. The Priest, Water Elementals still trying to engage. Another Wind Rider is off over here. You can see that the casters are trying to run away, not going to be able to really do so, as the Wind Riders do deal more piercing damage then those priests and sorceresses do magical damage. Level 4 now on the Archmage, so level 2 Brilliance Aura, even more summons should be coming in, and as the Riflemen going to join in on this fight, you can see Raiders were brought over as well. The Farseer is sitting at level 4, the Riflemen may get destroyed, and it looks like the Farseer is going to be able to escape at 82 hit points, and barely escape there, as more and more of those Dark Millions will get taken down. The Farseer at 93 hit points in a little bit of trouble. Meanwhile, Focus running around with these lower hit point Wind Riders, able to hide just outside his opponent's base, under the or over the cover of those trees. Quill Beast now going after and going to perhaps deal some damage. You can see now even more damage being had. You can see also, are we going to perhaps lose the Archmage? Archmage taking a little bit of damage so far. It is currently ensnared. If it's able to finish off enough of these Raiders, it may be a decent or fair enough trade, as the Farseer now tries to come in, and the Footman, wow, a very, very a big kill by this one sorceress, getting off just enough damage to finish it off there, and now another Wind Rider getting destroyed, and another Wind Rider getting destroyed. That is not good news. JN almost getting to level 5 now, and those Wind Riders are not going to be able to go toe-to-toe with level 3 Water Elementals, level 3 Quill Beasts, especially with now a Thunderhawk in play, able to gain sight up onto that high ground. Archmage is sitting at level 4. He does have a potion of healing, trying to run away a little bit more. Slow is being cast. Thunderhawk is getting some easy damage onto that Raider. Another ensnare coming down. Archmage at level 4 right now. Is he going to be able to escape? Perhaps quaff another potion. And now with that Raider going down, I believe, no, the Archmage still sitting at 4. Not quite level 5 just quite yet. as finally another water elemental is coming back over. Archmage down to 319 after quaffing the potion of healing. And now we'll see what's going to go on here. Archmage getting very close to 5. If it does get to level 5, and oh, Dark Ranger with a Cloak of Shadows able to shadow meld, and a very interesting a proposition there, as now level 5 on that Archmage. Level 3 water elementals, even more beastie, 900 hit points, dealing 41 to 45 damage, as the water elemental is going to be putting in a little bit more pressure, and the Dark Ranger being forced to run away once more. Peon's going to fall. Beastmaster seeing that level 4, getting very close to level 5. Riflemen want to get in even more damage, but they're not going to be able to do that much damage, as the Riflemen do not deal maximum damage to a Peon because of that medium armor. A new Voodoo Lounge being built in the backside of the base. It looks like the water elementals are going to be pushing in even more pressure onto the Orc Burrows. That may give level 5. Getting very close now, only 20 or 36 experience away. Raider now coming in. Archmage now trying to run away, and down goes another one of those units. Will that Archmage be able to run away? Down to 223 hit points. This is very bad news, and it is going to get trapped up in the side there. Level 5 on the Beastmaster. Can the Dark Ranger now get taken down, as Purge on the Shamans, completely neutralizing this water elemental and quill beast army? So the Shamans with Purge now doing a great job and trying to shut down JN's army of summonables, as the Purge does deal, I believe, somewhere in the realm of 300 damage to a summon unit, and also that experience does translate over. You can see how much damage that quill beast just took from that one Purge. It is now slowed, as well as the Spirit Wolves are now getting critical strikes onto the back of that Beastmaster. And now the Beastmaster going to come back in. Archmage is coming in as well, level 5. So 2 level 5 heroes against a level 5 and I believe a level 4 Dark Ranger. The Dark Ranger was taken down earlier, as the Raider now getting slowed, and now he's going to be in trouble. He's not going to really be able to do much, as the Quill Beasts try to engage once more. You can see that those Spirit Wolves are currently going after the Sorceresses. The Sorceress will get taken down rather quickly. It is the Sorceresses was ensnared for a moment, and now Focus is forced to say GG, losing to JN here on Turtle Rock. So JN using a pretty standard build, using Archmage and Beastmaster in order to put down a lot of early pressure, able to counteract all of the Wind Riders, even though his opponent did get Purge on those Shaman. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening.